We're live. We're live here on Instagram. We're live here on Facebook. And we are live here at news.therawfoodworld.com/live. Welcome, everybody. This is Matt Monarch with therawfoodworld.com. What's up, Pamela? Ask your questions either here on Instagram or on Facebook Live or at news.therawfoodworld.com/live. Let's pull everything up here. Ooh, okay. Okay, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I have been working this body so hardcore, I'm like ready to collapse. I'm doing all sorts of stuff. Someone just says, what are my must-have supplements? Organosilica, as it makes my hair grow like crazy. Ketone, hypertonic. All these are available at therawfoodworld.com. And everybody has a $9 store credit in their store account right now. We deposit that for everybody. If you don't have a store account with us, create one, and it will be deposited within 24 hours. However, this it'll be deposited in the morning. In 24 hours, the store credit disappears. Thank you, Julie. She says, my skin looks great. Speaking of comments, these YouTubers are ruthless, dude. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that right now. My daughters are doing really well. Really well. I'm into micronutrients, everybody, as if someone's asking me about supplements. My daughters actually moved to another house today, and it was very interesting. I'll talk about that in a second. I'm like answering 10 questions at once. Micronutrients are the nutrients that rebuild the human body, regenerate. They're microscopic nutrition that our body's starving for, like what you get from vegetable juice. Macronutrients are things from like avocado, it gives you fuel, stuff like that. So I like the Quinti Essential, I like the Rashis 4 products on our website. B12 patches are good. The Ketone Hypertonic, which is Quinti Essential 3.3, it's the same thing. The company's out of the 3.3 right now, so you can get the Hypertonic. And then organosilica I really like, because you get silica in the most absorbable form in the world. What am I doing for exercise? Thank you for saying that I look great. You should see some of these YouTube comments, because I'm like, I put up videos like every single day now, practically, or every other day, like 5 days a week. And I'm like coming right out of bed. I don't shave. I don't make my hair nice. And I can't believe what people say. It's just unbelievable. Anyway, and then like I'm ignoring them now, but I kind of was interested in, like, I go and I click on their Facebook page, and then I'm like, okay. I was thinking to like actually, as many of you have seen, I've done a couple rants on Instagram and YouTube about people commenting on me. I'm like thinking of creating something to where you better watch out if you are a troll, because I'm gonna come after you on Instagram. I'm not gonna do it though. I'm not gonna give my time and energy to that, because it's so much being a public figure that I just stopped looking. But it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, where's your, anyway. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so Jennifer is asking, what's a good liver, kidney product? The DIM is really good for cleansing the liver. Cruciferous vegetables are a way to get to cleanse your liver. And DIM, the one we have on our website, is like one capsule is eating like 2 pounds of cruciferous vegetables in one pill. So like it's good at cleansing your liver. Other good things for your kidneys and liver would be carrot, beet, cucumber juice, or just carrot juice or beet juice. Like that combination is really good though. Okay, so my daughters were, Angela and my daughters were renting a house right across the road here, and the lease came up and the guy came back and it wasn't working out. So we had to take them into town in a really nice, location, but I got to like drive every day now. So it's going to be interesting. I wasn't happy about it at first, how far it was, because she had a choice between many, many houses. But it ended up really good because like it gives me time to think when I drive. It's only like 20 minutes away, but it's like, it's a good experience. Do that. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so what am I doing for exercise? I'm doing everything. I'm trying to show what what a raw vegan body is capable of. And I've just been going nuts, so like everything. I run 20 minutes a day usually. I don't do it, I do recovery days too. I'm doing crazy yoga poses, and I just found this strength training thing, this program. I'm not going to go into it yet, but I'm extremely excited about it because I was just shooting in the dark on how I was going to do this and do amazing feats with my raw vegan body. And this thing that stumbled upon me, this program is like a step-by-step. It's a little bit more difficult than I was expecting, but it's a step-by-step to help me take it to the next level. And now I've got guidance here. So I'm doing this, and they say don't do anything but this during that, but I do everything. I lift weights. Yeah. So I'm doing everything. I'm doing everything. And I just began. So I'm excited about it. Very excited about it. Okay. You missed the videos. There's a million. I've done 11 in like the last 12 days or 14 days on YouTube. I'm back with that. There's like crazy videos. Awesome. You look good. Your family always has too. I love what you and your lifestyle. Thanks. Raw cacao to replace dead trees in NorCal. Okay. 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 What is this person saying? Oh, okay. So Matt, sorry, I remember when you have had more than 24 viewers when you were doing your live video. Maybe that is something to think about, especially you're such an amazing person with all your good vibes. Do you do yoga? Yes, I do crazy yoga. See, this is just another typical like, anyway. Okay, so here we go. Let's move along. I'm bypassing it. I'm going to bypass all that stuff from here on out. Okay, so what do I recommend for high blood pressure? There was a man who came on my last retreat who had high blood pressure for 30 years. He's an older man. And I told him if, like, by the first week of the retreat, his blood pressure will go down because he tested all the time. And lo and behold, boom, it went down. And it was like in perfect range. So the main thing that I recommend for high blood pressure is to simply eat a healthy diet. The healthy diet pretty much handles almost every issue across the board, especially like things like high blood pressure. You got to eliminate and stop what you're doing that's causing the high blood pressure. It's so easy, but so difficult. And so what we want to do is have a healthy diet, but a lot of people don't know what yes, I'm still 100% raw. I've been 100% raw for 20 years. What's up, Leafy Greens? Pete, good to see ya. Thanks for saying hi. So organosilica is what made my hair grow. So what we want to be, so a lot of people don't know what a really good diet consists of. You don't need to be 100% raw to be healthy at all. Actually, most people don't get healthy. I've been doing a lot of hand balancing exercises on the tennis court over there, and I got to wear gloves or do it on the grass. I'm actually moving into the yoga pavilion to start doing all this stuff. So a healthy diet is pretty much eliminating processed foods. There's a lot of diets out there on the market today. I'm sure you've heard of many of them, such as the Zone diet, the Macrobiotics diet, the South Beach diet, the Maker's diet, the Paleo diet, and the list goes on and on and on. And all the creators of these diets, they claim to get results. And there's one common denominator on why they all succeed, because I've actually seen them all work and do well. And that common denominator is they all eliminate certain foods from their intake completely without any exception. And the crazy thing about it all is all those foods that we talk about, they all eliminate the same exact foods. All those diets eliminate the same exact foods. And so what these foods are pretty much standard American diet foods, such as refined sugars and processed starches. So a cooked whole foods diet, we actually created a cooked whole foods diet where we took all these diets, studied them, and pretty much made it the biggest abundant diet possible on a cooked whole foods diet, because all these diets are the same, but they all create different rules. Like the paleo diet, they eliminate a little bit more foods than the other diets and stuff like this. So what are these foods that we want to actually forget about the foods to eliminate? Crystal's gonna post a Whole Foods list right now on all these platforms. If you can eliminate everything from your diet but what's on this list, congratulations, you did it. Your blood pressure is gonna go down to normal levels. Your type 2 diabetes is going away. You're not gonna, God willing, you're not gonna need pharmaceutical drugs in the long run, like 70 to 80% of Americans end up with when they become older, or even young people are taking pharmaceutical drugs. You're not gonna become senile, God willing. You're not gonna end up in an old age home. You're gonna be able to run all these different things. So what is on a cooked whole foods diet? She's posting it right now, but there's many foods on there. We're talking all the raw foods, and sorry vegans, but certain animal products that don't hurt animals are such as like goat's cheese, goat's milk, eggs. Eggs are extremely healthy. I personally don't eat these things. I'm on a 100% raw food diet for 20 years, but this is a cooked whole foods diet. There's even chicken, fish, and turkey on these diets. There is baked potatoes, brown rice, beans, brown rice pasta. You can, instead of like getting the white pasta, yams, quinoa, millet, buckwheat, and the list just goes on and on and on. So if you can limit, that's pretty easy. You just get rid of the Fruit Loops in the morning and have eggs with goat's cheese and an avocado if you need something that sustains you. And instead of having your burger, bread is, we don't want bread anymore. Salads are key for health. So you take the animal product that's in your chicken sandwich and throw it in the salad instead of bread. The bread's what's really messing your blood pressure up and everything else. So what we want to do is eliminate the bread, the pasta, brown rice pasta you could do, brown rice cakes. And then it's simple. Salads are key. Just eat lots of salads. And you try not to mix animal protein with these even healthy starches. Like don't do a baked potato with animal protein. Either do the salad with the animal protein or do a big salad with the baked potato, whatever you got to do. Okay. So, ketone is a mineral supplement. Organo is a silica supplement. Ketone hypertonic has all the minerals the human body needs. There's no RDA on minerals in the United States. The soils are depleted of it. Minerals are the communicators between cells. They're needed for rebuilding protein, which produces collagen, growing your hair, your skin, your nails. It's beauty. Minerals are important. So if you, the top 2 beauty supplements that I would recommend for people would be the ketone hypertonic and the organosilica. I started taking the organosilica, and this is crazy. I just cut my hair on a hangout. I think it was October, end of September. It was right about here. So since then, it's grown that much, even more. So how many inches is that? In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I don't know. In a very short amount of time. Organosilica. Many people have been getting incredible results on it. We have it on our website. It's even less expensive than Amazon. Of course, we appreciate the support when you order from us. We're trying to take our business to the next level here. So yeah, organosilica and the ketone hypertonic. Okay. Let's see here. We're starting on Instagram. Okay, so I've been 100% raw for 20 years. I just did an article that talked about how it wasn't easy. I'm thinking about doing a timeline article tonight. If you're not on our newsletter list, go to the rawfoodworld.com and go to add newsletter. Put your email in any of the newsletter list fields there. Okay. Am I a fan of Mega Hydrate? Yeah, I think it's a cool product. It's a very powerful antioxidant. Okay, now we're coming to Facebook. Let me see how we're doing over here on news.therawfoodworld.com. Any questions here? Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Someone said I look like I'm in my 20s. The other day, someone on YouTube said they hadn't seen me in a video in how long? Like 8 years is when I posted a video last since I've been doing this, because I went through a major inward thing for 8 years. And she says, "Oh my goodness, you aged so badly." Blah, 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 blah. Like, first off, who would tell another human being this? And number two, like, the thing is, like, people age. It's unavoidable. You haven't seen me probably in over a decade. Yes, I left California for 10 years and I go back to the farmer's market. Everybody's older. That's how it works. Okay. Okay, so what are the benefits of immersion in cold? If you go to my, if you go to the Raw Food World, if you go to my YouTube channel, I've been doing things of immersing into crazy cold water, like crazy cold, ice cold, in the rivers, waterfall hike I did. And I've been working my body like crazy. And it just like, it hurt my joint, like not hurt, but like I could feel my joints afterwards. I would see 4 minutes, but my soreness just like went completely away. It was like, it was incredible, incredible. Okay, so would it help if I am balding? Okay, so generally the balding aspect is a hormonal issue. Yeah, hormonal issue where where testosterone in the human body is converted into DHT, which is a more powerful testosterone, which kills kind of like those hair follicles. So there is a product, we talked about it a minute ago, it's called DIM. You only want to take 1 capsule a day, no more than that. And DIM actually suppresses, it's an enzyme inhibitor to something called 5-alpha reductase. And that enzyme is what converts testosterone to DHT. And this actually stops that enzyme conversion. So if you take 1 a day, that's kind of what you would need to hopefully stop that. And then of course you want to get the nutrients needed for continual hair growth, and organosilica and the ketone hypertonic would be the 2 #1 products. If you're not getting B vitamins, try our B12 patches, because that's important for hair loss. If you're lacking a lot of B vitamins, one of the main symptoms of that is hair loss. Our nutritional yeast is unfortified and it's the best tasting, and that would be a good way to get a lot of the B vitamins also. Pumpkin seeds are good because zinc's important. But I did a hair loss video on our website. There's a hair loss kit on our website. Type in hair loss kit at therawfoodworld.com and everything's in there that you need. How long have you been doing yoga? Okay. How long have you been doing yoga? I do stretching all the time for many. I kind of went off the path for a while, but I got back on it like a couple months ago. I always stretch, but I'm more into stretching and strength training, like different moves. You guys want to see something cool? Let me see if I can do it right. This is what I've been doing. How can I do this? I have to move some stuff back. Anyway, let's see. I'll probably do it right here. Let's see. You go like this. Can everybody see me? Let me move this back a little bit so you guys on yoga moves. Oops. Right on the kitchen counter. Okay, you guys ready? Okay, so this is one that I kind of learned recently where I kind of just go like this. Oh wait, Instagram's gonna be hard. Kind of go like this. It's like, put your, like, I can't, you guys can't see on the social media, but the people over here could see. I straight out have, okay, let me come farther back. I've got this. I worked myself so hardcore today. I can't believe I'm even doing this. Okay, I'm gonna come back here. Watch me fall. You guys ready? Right here. Just things like this, where I just like. You can see her. I do it like this. If I fall forward, I'm screwed. I think you guys saw it. Ooh, that takes a lot of strength. So I seriously like take myself into like strenuous positions and like hold it. Positions and hold it. My body, I've actually been going through like crazy detox since I've been going like so hardcore with this. It's like I'm releasing things. So even like just to get to, there's like preliminary poses that you would have to do in order to get to these more difficult ones. So I'll just hold like a very easy pose until I can't go anymore and stuff like that. What's up, Tracy Ann? Woo! Can you turn back the click with diet? Okay. Okay, so now we're coming to Facebook to see what everybody's saying here. Okay. Okay, here we go. Thanks, Sophia. Do you have a spiritual practice? If so, what does it entail? So many people have different spiritual practices. They meditate, thinking that's gonna like, yeah, you do build up energy and you can kind of understand different aspects of a lot of different things. I actually got into meditation in my early years for a very long period of time. I guess I like to consider focus as like my meditation. It's like just being focused, paying attention to everything on an ongoing basis. But it's also just being a good person. Like avoiding greed, avoiding ego, pride, everything in your power, just to be as good as you can, you know, helpfully. Yeah, mindfulness, someone just wrote. And that alone, just continually inspiring to do that, because then when things come in, like desire for all these different things, you're like saying, no, I'm choosing to be a good person. And we don't like play, you know, this, you know, stuff like that. So that was like a major thing that I've learned over the last times. And I, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect and I'm far from it. I screw up all the time. Whenever I do, I just say sorry to the source of all living things. And I just keep trying to be better and better and better. Sorry, do it again. That ego came in, sorry. Okay. Let's look here. What is this diet for? Forget the raw food diet. It's not about the raw food diet. I'm like almost like an experiment. Nobody does the raw food diet. All the pioneers are 80% raw, whatever. They, you know, I'm not going to go into that. But what I'm saying is, just be healthy on all levels that you possibly can. That's like the most critical thing. Be healthy with what you intake if you can. Yes, I speak Spanish pretty good, but not perfectly. How do you deal with toxic people? Is another question. This is kind of like that pride thing. Someone hits you with their pride. What are you going to do back? like it's kind of difficult. So you got to like try your hardest not to do that. And that's part of the spiritual practice, I guess you could say. So a diet is just being healthy helps you eliminate things in the long run, such as the need for pharmaceutical drugs. The entire world is on that kick. It's taken over. It's taken over. Like, anyway, the diet is just to be healthy. Are you vegan? Yes, I'm vegan by default. Being 100% raw, you are 100% raw vegan. I don't eat any goat's milk, eggs, or anything like that. My daughters are 100% raw, but they eat egg yolks and sometimes a little bit of the white. My thyroid was moved and you're on Synthroid. Is there anything you could take naturally? You have to take some sort of thyroid hormone if your thyroid is out, unfortunately, because that's the producer of the thyroid hormone. There are more natural ones out there, I'm sure, but you'd have to wean off, and I don't know. You'd want to talk to a natural doctor about that. Okay. Thanks, Trent. Everyone's telling me how good I look. I'm just seeing all the different questions here. I'm trying to find one. Okay. My wrist can't handle that. This program I'm doing, I'm even like stretching my wrists. If we know what to eat, especially the things on your Wholefoods list, then why don't we? I think there's a huge self-sabotage and spiritual component. You guys tell me. I think so too. Watch last week's hangout. We went into like the deep aspects of the spiritual aspects of how we don't have control over ourselves and we just continue to eat. Like, why can't people do this? First off, don't go 100% raw, because if you can't do the cooked whole foods diet, the 100% raw is more crazy. There's the social aspect, gonna make you sound crazy and stuff like that. But we talked about that. Remember, we were talking about the video game. You get to the point where you actually do this Wholefoods list and you're doing great for a week, and then all of a sudden the cravings come in, and then you're at this point where you lose control. Now, many people see this of, I failed, but this is actually success. Most people are on the couch, being the couch potato. They never get to this point. They make no effort. They just listen to what the doctors say. They take the pharmaceutical drugs, and in the long run, they end up with issues. But you just did something huge. You took it to the point where you can't control yourself to where you want to do this cooked whole foods thing, but you just eat Twinkies or something. And then what happens is it kills you. It's not the fact that you ate the Twinkies, the fact that you went into guilt about it. And then you just forget about the entire health diet. What we want to do is like, yes, I succeeded. What happens is, just like when the coffee drinker eliminates coffee, they go through this is what detox is. It's just a fancy word for going through withdrawals. You go through withdrawals. You can't control yourself. You're going through crazy withdrawals and you're shaking. You got the coffee breath. You got the headache. It's the same thing with healthy foods, and you want your fix. So all of a sudden you drink the coffee. What happens is it stops the withdrawal process, and it feels so darn good. And not only does it do that, it also stimulates you at the same time. So you're flying. So you're like, I don't want to do that diet. I feel great. But then you fall back into gluttony because you continue to do what you're doing. But then if you continue and persist, there is natural energy that happens where you don't need stimulation. And once the withdrawals are done, you don't need to stop it anymore. You can wean off to make it easier. So what happens is, look at that as a success. And then when you're at that point, not being able to control yourself, pay attention. Feel your entire reality, meaning your emotional reality, your physical, the smell sensation. There's a pain and suffering there that is causing you to eat other food. And it's that pain and suffering, which might be emotional issues or whatever you want to call that, that's causing By the way, we've got 83 viewers on Facebook now for the person who's saying, oh, you used to live 20. Yeah, it's whatever. It's actually pretty good. Plus we're here on Instagram. Plus we're here on our biggest platform, which is news.therawfoodworld.com/live. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but like judging. Okay. Judging is like going down a dark tunnel in coldness, like just, it's almost like the judger is choosing to go through pain and suffering. Okay, so maybe I was just judging right there. So anyway, and it got me totally off track. Oh, dude. Okay. Oh yeah, so we were talking about this not being able to control yourself. So you get to this point where you can't control yourself. Pay attention. These emotional issues that you're going through, or whatever it is, this pain and suffering, pretty much has control over you. So it's getting you to do something you don't want to do. You're eating bad food. So what you want to do is pay attention, get to know every aspect of it, what you're feeling, the pain that you're actually feeling, the aspects, your physical body, every little last aspect. And maybe you're not going to succeed the first time, but that's fine. You succeeded because you just made it to a point, but you get right back on the bandwagon. And then you get to this point again where you can't control yourself. Pay attention again. Now you learned a little bit about all these emotional, energetic components that makes you pain and suffer. And maybe you can understand it a bit more to where this pain and suffering, you can endure it. If you can endure this pain and suffering that you're going through, these emotional issues, then you have control over it. You don't need to grasp this right away, but these emotional issues that you're going through, this pain and suffering, forces you to eat. So now the next time you get to this point where you can't control yourself, pay attention and be like, wait a minute, that's not that bad of a feeling. I can overpower this. If you needed to, could you endure that feeling for the rest of your life? Which means if you can, then you have complete power over it and you are not going to eat poorly. Pretty cool, huh? So it's about like your will, your will. That's where willpower comes into play. It's just a feeling. It's just a feeling. So what we were talking about in last week's hangout was it's almost like a video game. You get to the dragon in Super Mario Brothers. You learn, it shoots you with its fireball, and you're like, okay, I remember that aspect. The fireball comes at that point, and then it shoots 2 fireballs. You jump over the second one and the third one, and then you didn't time the third one, and you got nailed again. So you paid attention, you figured it out a little bit more. So then you play again, then you jumped over the third fireball. You're getting better. You're about to beat this dragon. So it's kind of like the same thing with when you get to this point where you eliminate harmful foods from your diet to where you can't control yourself anymore. It maybe takes a week to get to that point. And then when that happens, you're paying attention to all these different aspects of pain and suffering or physical hunger or whatever it is, and you get to know it better and better and better to the point where you can actually gain control over your dietary life. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Incredible. You are very, thank you. What is the name of the product? DIM. Yes, DIM. Thank you, everybody. Everybody's so cool. Okay. Keep away from processed foods. I'm 57, no pharmaceutical drugs in their life. That's awesome. Do your eating habits make you more peaceful? It gives me more focus, which gives me the ability to focus more and have clarity to make the choices in my life and spiritual choices and just focus and which enables me to have more peace. But a person could be smoking cigarettes on the standard American diet, on a spiritual path, and be in a lot of peace. But yoga can be used as a tool. A diet is a huge tool. The reason why I'm on this 100% raw food diet in the first place is because of the spiritual aspects. My focus is like laser. Okay. I'm going to start eating fish with veggies, but not adding any processed foods. That's awesome. What's a good way to help anxiety? I sometimes shake really bad at night. I mean, this focus aspect is really important in like understanding and paying attention to emotional stuff and things like this. You might want to try our CBD oil, which has components that activates serotonin receptors in the human body. And it's actually helped people. We've had testimonials. You can try that. Start with a 250 milligram bottle. It's the cheapest one we have, least expensive one we have. Just do a quarter drop of full once a day. See if that does anything. Each day is a new beginning. Okay. Okay. Do I live off the grid? I live in Vilcabamba, Ecuador. I mean, I feel like it's these first world countries are kind of like in some sort of EMF grid. I have electricity here, but it's a different, it is definitely energetically. I'm coming back to the United States to do touring and stuff like that. So Medina, where do you start? No bread. Yes, that'd be great. We just posted a Wholefoods list. Eliminate everything from diet, what's on that list, or slowly make it to that. Okay, so someone's asking me what's the raw food. Just say it's raw food, the subject of this. Okay, so true. Been living on energy shots 2 times a day plus tea. Okay, let's see what's going on over here. Whoa, hello, I made it here. Thanks for the credits, Matt. Your nutritional use is so good. It makes the best cashew cheese ever. Okay. Oh, there was a woman who wrote me on Facebook Messenger because she can't figure out how to post on any of these platforms. So let's take a look. Matt, this is kind of hangout questions, but I don't know where to post them, so I'm writing it here. What do you think about circadian rhythms? Getting to bed on time, getting up early, like between 4 and 6 a.m., like so many health fanatics say is what we should be doing. One raw food coach said he won't see anyone if we don't get to bed at 7:30, as early to bed is the only way the body can heal. Okay, so that's one question. What about eating late at night? Someday this detrimental and toxins form and putrefaction form, which can be digested if eaten right before sleeping. This is what I'm hearing as the current ideas in the raw food world versus the early hygienists. Like Herbert Shelton seemed to say, eat your biggest meal at night, then sleep, just like the animals do. And in the morning, it would be fatal to eat, as this is the time the body detoxes. Okay, so what people do is they take their personal experiences, which are good, and they state this is what needs to be because they feel best in this level of sometimes that actually is an OCD disorder of the person who is sharing their experience. Especially these natural hygienists and raw foodists and things like that, you gotta watch out for it, like me. I mean, me personally, you guys are asking me for spiritual advice, but I've got so many OCD issues, it's absolutely crazy. For example, I'm not gonna tell you not to snack in between meals, but there are people out there who are gonna freaking like nail you for it. But I have this OCD complex, like I can't snack in between meals because I think it's gonna mess up my digestion. And I've listened to natural doctors and they try to give scientific evidence on why it's bad to snack in between meals. But who really, really knows? So here I am hanging out with my friends and I had just eaten like an hour ago and there was no way I would eat, but then they offered me something. I'm like, okay, I can spiritually handle this. I can do this. All right, I'll try this raw pizza you made, okay? So I eat it and I'm thinking I'm all badass and stuff. And I'm like, I last for about seconds, maybe 5 minutes. Then all of a sudden I start to sweat. I'm like, oh man, I just ate this pizza. Oh my, like my mind starts going like, well, okay, so I'm gonna have crazy gas. My next meal is ruined, and da 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 da. So I guess you could consider me a raw food pioneer who's a little bit more honest than these older generations. And you could consider me an authority in the raw foods movement, because I'm pretty much the last standing raw food pioneer who is actually eating 100% raw vegan. And what I've learned from these past 2 decades is not to do that. So these people who are saying, don't eat late at night, make sure you go to bed at a certain time, all these different things, or you're gonna not live as long. Come on. What's happening to them is one night they can't fall asleep at 7:30 and they're freaking out, and they're all of a sudden cortisol is pumping up and they have all these OCD issues. Why are they so mad about this? Circadian rhythms. Who cares? Have fun with life. What is sleep anyways? You'll sleep when you need to sleep. And this whole eating at night thing, most people are on the standard American diet. So all these people are on the standard American diet who eat like tubs of ice cream at night, and then they learn about eating healthy and they want to eat healthy, and they hear about raw foods, and people are screaming at them to not eat late at night. You're asking them to take a huge jump. How about eat cooked whole foods crazy amounts at night like you do instead of the standard American diet? That would be so healthy for them. It'd be absolutely crazy. It is 9 o'clock almost. And right after this hangout, I'm about to eat so much food, it's ridiculous for a guy like me. Come on. So, like, you just have to watch out for things like this. Beliefs, theories, that authorities like me, who have complete OCD tendencies, who don't share that they have OCD tendencies. If you're most raw foodists and natural hygienists out there are more whack, we're more whack than like anybody else. So if you're going to be listening to these types of people, like, anyway, so you got to like stand up and live your life, feels what works best for you. If you want to like become a YouTuber like any random person out there, you could do the same thing, but try not to like put your OCD tendencies on other people. Like I can name many OCD. I won't drink any water but distilled water because of what I've been fed in my brain. And I can tell you guys distilled water is the only good water in the world, but that would just be ridiculous. What other OCD issues do I have? Lots. Okay. Someone's saying that this person is 100% raw. I've been to their house and I've seen them eat something that was not 100% raw, by the way, blah, 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 blah. There's people are, anyway, I'm not going to go into that. Okay, so, and then how long have they been 100% raw is the question. 20 years raw food here. Okay. Okay. All right, I'm not going to go on any, look at me, look at my ego. Okay. Seeing if there's anybody here on Instagram asking me questions. What's up, everybody? Why do you live there? Oh, yeah, you're asking some questions, Stacy. This is like a paradise for me. It's got, my main thing is clean air. I just love clean air. It makes me, it's like takes me even higher on a raw food diet. Someone's asking, do emotions come up because they want to be faced? You're asking OCD at person who has OCD disorder, is it spiritual questions? I don't know if that's a good idea. I feel there's real emotions and then there's false emotions. And the good emotions, the real emotions, you know, this is my belief, you know, like, okay. Just type DIM on the rawfoodworld.com. It should pop up. If not, let me know again. Crystal, can you let me know if it's there? Okay. Okay, so is CBD helpful for vaping in the lungs? I know a lot of people say that that's good. If ours doesn't, okay, so just take, ours is 100% raw, our CBD oil. Just use the dropper. The reason vaping CBD has become so popular is because it activates the THC components, which I probably shouldn't be telling people, when there's a high THC level. Ours has practically 0 THC. What would you do to help cortisol levels function best? Relax, relax, focus. Lower cortisol levels. That's number one way to lose cortisol levels. Number two is who is feeding you nonsense that you have high cortisol levels? Many people go based off of like, they write this natural doctor or this raw guru or this person saying, oh, you have this, this, and this issue. I would never diagnose anybody. Me, I tell them it's all in your head. Diagnosis is the placebo effect working against somebody. People have healed from cancer from taking a placebo pill that has 0 active ingredients, it's just sugar. Knee surgeries have had success because they believe that they got the knee surgery, but they didn't really do the knee surgery. They just slit their knee open very little bit and sewed it back up without doing anything else, and then their knee was healed. So when the placebo effect is awesome, but the issue with the placebo effect is it can also work against you. One of my best friend's moms was told by the doctor that she has 5 years to live. So pretty much the doctor is placeboing her into dying in 5 years. Oh, you have this symptom, you have high cortisol levels. That's what your issue is. No, there's no issues here, guys. Illness is the issue. Just get rid of the issue and then there's no illness. If a placebo pill can heal cancer, maybe you can do it, understand that concept of the placebo pill, and instead of doing it in an unconscious way with the placebo pill, try to understand that concept and do it in a conscious way. I'm not saying any of this is easy or anything like that, but I am a big proponent of, I'm against diagnosis. That's why people come up to me with this stuff and I'm just like, who says you have your cortisol level? Here, Tonya, who told you that your cortisol level's up? Did you actually get blood tested? Like, why are your cortisol levels up? And our levels, the thyroid hormone is different all throughout the day, depending on what time of the day it is. Our thyroid is different seasons, different years. Everything is always fluctuating. Maybe you had a fright right before you took the blood test. Getting the blood test, my cortisol levels go because I'm watching this freaking needle go into my arm. It's insane. So we gotta like understand this crap, this nonsense. And it's almost like, it's crazy. So don't come to me with your diagnoses because I'm gonna freaking shoot them down. You're healthy if you wanna be, if you choose to be, or you can play with this and woe is me, maybe my friends and family will feel bad for me and give me more attention because I have this disease and this. I'm pretty ruthless, guys, I know. Okay. How long does it take to get benefits from CBD oil? It could be instant. What CBD oil does is it activates many different receptors in the human body. We're talking about CB receptors in the colon, the brain, and the nervous system, serotonin receptors, calcium uptake receptors, TRP receptors, TRP, which are for pain and temperature. So that's why it helps a lot of people with pain. Cancer cell receptors, which actually in a petri dish kills cancer cells. These are all in clinical studies. It's biphasic with sleep. If you take a little bit, it helps you have more focus. If you take a lot, it helps you sleep. Sometimes I do that so I can sleep better. So CBD starts you just get that into your system. It starts activating receptors immediately. The US has a patent on it that it's good for dementia, Crohn's disease, and many other MS, a lot of nervous system disorders. They say it heals it. Meanwhile, the DEA claimed it as a Schedule I drug equal to cocaine, saying it has no medical value. A little bit of hypocrisy there. So it's just and you don't need a lot. It's called titration. You just take small amounts of the CBD oil. Ours is 100% raw on our website. We've been getting crazy amount of testimonials. It's really good. And it activates all the receptors. You just take a little bit here, a little bit there. You activate these receptors, causes positive chemical reactions in the body. Serotonin receptors it activates, which is good for maybe serotonin, creating serotonin. That's depression. That's brain function. Maybe that's why it's good for dementia. I don't know all the rules there. I just take all the information and put it out there, and you can come to your own conclusions. So no claims on my end. We just have crazy amounts of testimonials of people. And maybe your issue is not that these receptors need to be activated. Maybe you're eating 24 tablespoons of refined sugar every day, like a huge percentage of Americans. And that's why you have your migraines. It would be better to eliminate the refined sugar, 24 tablespoons every day, tablespoons actually, than to take the CBD oil. So if the problem isn't activating receptors, then the CBD oil is not going to really do anything for you. I mean, it will do something. I feel it when I take it, at least. Calms you down. That will probably help with cortisol levels. Why do I have headaches when I start to eat raw and clean? Is it dehydrated or lack of? Why does the coffee drinker have headaches when they eliminate coffee? It's the same reason. And the coffee drinker has it easy. That's just one ingredient they're eliminating from their intake. When you improve your diet, you're eliminating refined sugar, processed starches, which clog up the human body. Refined sugar has been shown in studies to be as addictive as cocaine. So you wonder where your headaches are coming from? Okay. That's why I haven't been going to the doctors in 20 years. I'm self-diagnosing. Do you think holy basil will help or ashwagandha? So this is the person who says, I have high cortisol levels. So just like me, this woman goes on YouTube, watches all the natural doctors, and all the natural doctors have their hands in the same informational pot. And they're all talking about cortisol levels now. They're selling cortisol supplements. They're all talking about insulin. They're all talking about the ketogenic diet, sugar, fat is better. So we get entangled in these concepts, and then it becomes so programmed in our brain, oh, I must have high cortisol levels. That's why I'm overweight. Or I have high insulin levels. That's why I'm overweight. That's the big thing that they're playing off these days. I better shut up. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, that's good. Placebos usually have a better track record than most pharmaceuticals. CBD, just wonder if there are healing components for tissues. Lost hubby to lung cancer, not interested in buzz, just healing effects of CBD. It's not a buzz that the CBD creates. That's the THC component that's going to make you, there's no psychoactive ingredients in CBD. It activates receptors that do many different things. There's a lot of components in many plants and every other things that do things we don't even know about. It doesn't hurt to take it. So in terms of for tissue, reishi spore oil that we have on our website might be good for that. Okay. I'm just looking for questions, guys. Okay, so what is a good dose for CBD for sleeping? I gotta start taking the CBD again, like more often, so I can sleep better. I keep forgetting that you could do that. It depends. Like we have a 250 milligram bottle, we have a 500 milligram bottle, we have a 1,000 milligram bottle, we have a 2,500 and a 5,000 milligram bottle. So I would probably get the 1,000 milligram bottle and take a half a dropper full. Did they force me to move that forward? Okay, so here we go. I have frequent headaches and high blood pressure. Immediately, I know that they're not eating healthy because high blood pressure equals not eating healthy. It's that simple. So that's the issue right there. As far as headaches, I don't know if it's due to insufficient food intake. No. What are your recommendations to eliminate headaches and reduce blood pressure? Thanks. Diet, healthy diet. And your headaches might get worse at first as you go through withdrawals and detox. Instagram is going off in 1 minute and 55 seconds because you're only allowed an hour, and then I'll put it right back on just for people watching there. There's not that many viewers there anyways. On Facebook there is, and over here there is. Okay. Okay, hi Matt, would love your recommendations concerning H. pylori. My husband went through the horrendous triple antibiotic protocol a few years ago, only to have the attacks continue to emerge off and on. Would it have been better to not go on the pharmaceutical drugs in the first place? I know that, I'm not suggesting that, I'm just asking a question. I know that the coffee and sugar exasperates the bacteria since this is what it feeds on. Any natural protocol you can suggest? Okay, so how do you know, does he still have it? If you went on antibiotics, it should be gone. That's like the claim of pharmaceutical drugs. They're supposedly a miracle to heal you from disease. What was the point of going on the pharmaceutical drugs in the first place if it didn't do anything? Is that a teal swan design on your t-shirt? I don't know, maybe someone could tell me. I don't know. What are the benefits? What's up, Elise? Okay. Okay. Can you delete that customer service question, Crystal, and send it to my email, please? A lot of the time, our biggest customer, people are coming to me for customer service questions. It's best to go directly to customer service because they have all the resources to help you much faster than I can. Let's share that. And then start again on Instagram. Live. Start live video. Bam. So with our customer service, generally people they write on Friday night and then they don't get responded until Monday. So they get upset because we took 2 days to respond. We don't work on the weekends. That's number one. Also, there was an example today where there was a woman who was getting pissed off at me on Facebook. And then she finally realized that her Gmail was full. Okay, so we answer all emails same day generally, unless it's at the end of the day or something and something weird happens. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Everyone's coming back on Facebook. Okay. How do we develop strong willpower so we can stay true? I just finished a 21-day Daniel fast in the Bible, same as Matt's, as a fast when live. Okay. By the way, Matt, you haven't aged a lot. You look great. Thank you, Kimberly. Will you test positive on drug tests on CBD oil? No, not on our CBD oil. Maybe some others out there, yes. We have spec sheets that show it's very minimal THC. No, someone just says we don't take orders on weekends, which doesn't make sense. From Friday night to Saturday night, which is 24 hours, it's not the whole weekend, we don't take orders. That's it. I like to take a 24-hour rest once a week. I don't really celebrate any holidays, but from Friday night to Saturday night I do. I don't have any religious background. I know like it is the Sabbath, but me personally, I'm not Jewish. I mean, I was born Jewish, but it has nothing to do with that. I don't like religion. I don't title myself as anything. It's just there's something very powerful and potent in just following one aspect of not working. I mean, many people do this. It's like taking a break Friday to Saturday. Friday night to Saturday night is the best time to do it. And I just close all computers, don't do anything. It's almost like I work so hard during the week. I get this 24-hour rest that recharges me like crazy to take on the next week like crazy. And the more that I do that, like the more relaxed I do on that Friday night to Saturday night, the more recharged I am for the rest of the next week. It's absolutely insane. So don't get upset about that. That's like a very sacred thing. Okay. And it also shows like, you know, I mean, I'm serious about it. I'm not gonna like put money over rest or whatever, you know. Is there any food or supplement that can help alleviate headaches without having to depend on medication? Yes, it's more about eliminating the cause of the headache. And the cause of the headache is usually processed foods. But the best product that if you want to try it, maybe you are eating healthily. CBD oil is really good for acting receptors in the brain, the CB1 receptors in the brain. We've had multiple testimonials saying it took people's migraine headaches away. Emily from one of our retreats, who was a 14-year-old, took that and it was like, boom, did that. But you got to figure out what the cause is too. There's so many, and maybe it won't even work because the cause is you're eating refined sugar in copious amounts, or coffee, or not that coffee's bad, but like you're overdoing something. You got to be in balance. There's so many possibilities and scenarios. Could be stress. Could be stress. Okay. What is good for cleaning the kidneys? There are a few diuretics, like I drink a lot of cucumber juice. Celery juice would be good. Cucumber juice would probably be one of the best. Eating cucumbers would be good. Lots of liquid. And again, the best cleanse for the entire body, all the organs, is to make permanent improvements in your diets. I'm not into fasting. I'm not into crazy. The best fast you can do is to eliminate something permanently from your intake that you know is not good for you. Not only are you going to generate the physical benefits of withdrawals and detox from those things and feel better, have more focus and be more clear and be more healthier, less toxicity in the human body also gives you more natural energy, but also there's a spiritual component to it. The raw food diet is the grandest, greatest placebo pill in the world. Because in order for you to succeed on a raw food diet or for any improved diet, you're forced to focus. You're forced to, all these things are going to come in, and these emotional issues we were talking about, most people don't succeed eliminating coffee. You need to focus, have control over this withdrawal. You're shaking, the coffee breath, the coffee headache, the lack of energy through going through detox. You need to focus and do spiritual work in order to succeed. So not only are you helping yourself physically by eliminating something from your intake completely, such as refined sugar, someone's requesting to be in my live video. But also to be healthier spiritually. You're forced to do it. So any permanent dietary improvements is the best thing you can do for your health. No pill, no supplement, nothing. That's like money in the bank, insurance, and everything like that. All right, guys, it's been an hour. That was a lot of fun. Thanks for tuning in. We do this every Tuesday night. Our store credit special ends in 24 hours. Join our newsletter list at therawfoodworld.com. Watch me on Instagram, Facebook Live, Facebook story, my stories, and also YouTube. I'm posting videos every day again, or almost every day. I'm back. I'm better than ever before, ready to go. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Mwah.